Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Gabar coming at you with another lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. And the reason why I brought this out, or this scripture out, was because I was looking for a image, to use for this lesson's title page, and lo and behold, this image popped up. And it's a very fitting image given the time that we're in, because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has his hand stretched out still, and that'll come out later in this lesson. But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is making it known that he's visiting this earth. He's making it known that the prophetic scriptures are happening in real time at I want to say at an accelerated rate. And it's happening clearly, and it's happening to the point where the people will start to realize that it is the work of the Lord. It is the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that's making these things come to pass. But until they start going through shit, Israel will not repent. Israel has a tendency of going off until it's time to get their ass whooped. Then they want to get right. Then they want to listen to what you have to say. Then they want to repent. When shit start going left. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has been telling these people, seek me early before the evil days draw nigh. And the evil days are here. They're drawing more and more closer to the point of Jacob's trouble. And a lot of people, or a lot of you Jakes, ain't gonna make it. The book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, what land? Babylon the Great. Saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. The third is the elect. But you 2/3 of you Jakes who are here in Babylon the Great, who don't want to listen, who don't want to repent, who don't want to, at least consider, the information that's been given to you, are gonna die. Period point blank. Because the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is a stumbling block unto you. Because you don't see these men who are out there on the highways and byways in marvelous garments, you know what I'm saying, to capture your Salakia. You don't see these men out there on the highways and byways wearing these spectacular garments, with leafy gold trim, preaching to you. In fact, the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are modest men. They're humble men. They're meek men. They won't wear, I want to say the flashy apparel that one would tend to think that a prophet should have in these days, because they've been given lies of, these, these preachers dressing in these marvelous suits and with these big arenas and these big stadiums, giving you good talk. That's what the people look for. Meanwhile, as they're driving up and down the streets, and And you know what I'm saying? They see the men out there on the street corner, week in, week out, warning you. You're not considering that those are the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You're not considering the information that's being given to you. Hell, a lot of you don't even stop long enough to consider it. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. And we're being tried. Even the elect is going to be tried. 2/3 are going to be tried and fail. But the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the elect, is going to be tried and they're going to pass. You know, they're going to be tried in all types of situations, in all types of circumstances, albeit through pain and, even anguish. But the elect ain't going to go through it on a level that the 2/3 are going to go through it. You know, the elect is going to be right there in the middle of this, watching these things happen. You know, you might not eat for a few days or drink for a few days, but, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said that his servants shall eat, his servants shall drink, and his servants shall sing for joy. So it's not about what you want, it's about what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua wants to give you when he deems it necessary for you to have it. And that's why a lot of you 2/3 are gonna be destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna want things now because you're in the flesh and you're looking at wanting to eat now, you're wanting to drink now, or whenever it is that you're thirsty. That's what an animal does. An animal drinks and eats off of instinct. An animal ain't gonna sit back and say, well, let me fast, and wait upon the Lord. No, an animal is gonna say, I'm hungry and I'm hungry now, and let me go out there and get something to eat so I can satisfy my hunger. And with that type of mentality, a lot of you jakes are gonna be destroyed. Needless to say, a lot of you jakes are gonna take the MOTB. A lot of you jakes are gonna be, devoured by beasts, killed by the sword, and even burned by nuclear destruction. Why? Because you didn't call upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You didn't seek him early before the evil days came. And the evil days are vastly approaching. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is my power. That's why it's very important for you to have the names of Yahweh Yahushua. And anyone who's not giving you the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, especially when they know it, is going to have to deal with that. Now, don't get me wrong, what I'm saying? The spirit might be on a prophet who's out there on the highways and byways that might not give the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to like a individual, what I'm saying? And that's only because that's how the spirit drove the conversation, especially like with scoffers and stuff like that. What I'm saying? If a person come up scoffing, the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua might not even be given. I've seen instances where, the people would just walk up and have a conversation that would eventually revert over into scoffing, and the name is not even given unto that person. Why? Because the spirit didn't want them to have the name. So the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is very important. And if there's a prophet out there who refuses, to preach the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but preach another power, that person is going to be dealt with. That person is definitely going to be judged, as well as essentially that person is going to be destroyed, and those who follow him are going to be destroyed right along with him. The book of Luke chapter 1 and verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has always spoken by the mouths of his holy prophets, and those are the men who are out there on the highways and byways teaching, preaching, and warning you people of these up and coming calamities. You know, it's not us speaking to you. It's Yahweh Hashem Yahushua speaking to you through his men. You know? And you know, I pray to be one of those men, you know, who can make it unto the end. You know? And that should be a part of your prayer. You know, you don't want to fall off on it, you know, you don't want to fall off of having this truth, especially now. And that's why it's, you know, it's very important for you to pray until Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that he take not his Holy Spirit from you. You know? And that's why the men out there who are out there on the highways and byways are constantly doing the work of the Lord. Why? Because we have a healthy fear. You know? Because we don't want to be cast away from the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, nor do we want him to take his Holy Spirit away from us. Because we understand that, hey, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the true and living power. We understand that, but 2/3 of you Jakes don't understand it, and you refuse to. The book of Luke chapter 1 and verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies, and our enemies are those people who don't have this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know, our enemies are those people who don't preach in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know? I mean, there's a lot of movies out there, you know, that have to deal with enemies, and there's one enemy that's, well, there's a movie called Sleeping with the Enemy. You know what I'm saying? The person that you married to could very well be an enemy against you during the time of Jacob's trouble, because they're gonna try to look out towards their own survival. They're gonna try to do whatever it is that they need to do to survive, because it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna be tried, but they're gonna be tried right along with you. You know, and a lot of men are about to lose family members because they don't believe the way that you do. A lot of men are about to lose family members because those family members don't believe in you. You know, your wife don't believe in you the way that you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And you know, a lot of these women are going to fall off and walk away from their husbands. As well as a lot of these husbands are going to walk away from the believing wife. And once they do that, they're going to be destroyed. And so that's why it's very imperative for you to get this understanding before Yahweh Hashem Yahushua removes his prophets off of the highways and byways. That's why it's very important for you to be very observant to what's going on in the world and try to relate that to the scriptures. And the only way that you're going to get the understanding is if, you know, you're listening to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua by way of his prophets. You know, it was just brought out. You know, he have only spoken by the mouths of his holy prophets. So if you're not listening to the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you're ignoring Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and that you're going to be destroyed. And you've got no one to blame but yourself. Why? Because you didn't believe. You know? And from the hand of all that hate us. And if you're not with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you hate Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which means that you hate his servants as well. You know? Because there's a lot of people out here who hate the idea of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua altogether. You know, and I'm referring to you Jakes. There's a lot of you Jakes that hate Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, a lot of you Jakes actually hate the message that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua brings forward, and that's salvation. Which makes you people, I don't know, man. You know, a lot of you people are looking for salvation, but you refuse to accept, you know, the salvation that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua requires of you. And you know, it's a very simple thing to do, you know, to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments and to the best of your ability. But a lot of you Jakes have an issue with that. A lot of you Jakes don't want to, you know, adhere, you know, to your power. And in that, you're not going to have any power during the time of your tribulation. you know. The book of Luke chapter 1 and verse 72, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has a promise to fulfill based on what he told our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know? Specifically Abraham, you know? He promised Abraham that, you know, his children are going to dwell in the land, you know? He promised our forefathers that he's going to come and save us. And we're definitely in that time when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is about to deliver his elect. And so that's why it's very important for you to get this. That's why it's very important for the elect, you know, to understand the time that they're in. Because you're about to see a level of death that you've never seen in your life. And to be spiritually prepared enables you to witness a lot of things that's going to be done on a carnal level and deal with it. You know, it's one thing to be spiritually minded as much as possible. You know, as long as you're rooted in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you have a comforter that has promised you things that he will do during these times. But a lot of these jakes are going to be in that carnal mindset where they're going to try to get through the times that's coming based on their own steam, based on based on what strength that they think they have. We have no strength in this kingdom. We have no strength in this world. We have nothing. The only thing the elect have is Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And if you don't have Yahweh Yahweh Shai, you have nothing. And that's what 2/3 have, nothing. They have no covering during the time that's coming. They have no protection for what's coming. Reading Luke 1 and 72 again. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant. Yeah, right. You know his promise that he made with Abraham. You know, Isaac and Jacob. The book of Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. You know, and how is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai doing that? By the mouth of his holy prophets. Because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And you men aren't regarding the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, even though on a day-to-day basis you're going through the struggle. You know, a lot of you men can't even put food on your own family plates. And somehow you think that if you work more overtime and, you know, spend more hours at the job and you're getting your hustle on that, you know, you're going to prevail during these tribulous times. No, you're not. You're not going to make it on your own steam. You're not going to make it thinking that you're your only hope. Because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is making it so that you have to depend upon him. He's making it so that regardless to what you do, it's going to fail. And you have to depend upon him. Which is what 1/3 of the nation of Israel is doing. The elect. They're getting into that mindset, or should I say we're getting into that mindset that everything is going to be destroyed. Everything is going to be taken away. You're not going to have nothing. And at that point, who are you going to turn to? When there's no more food on the shelves and no running water, who are you going to turn to? You're going to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because the scriptures has given us examples of what the Lord did when the people were in the wilderness. Well, we're about to go into the wilderness again. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is about to feed us and give us drink. Why? Because we call upon his name in the time of our trouble. because we sought Yahweh Shem Yahushua before the evil days draw nigh. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 25. But ye have set at naught all of my counsel, and with none of my reproof. You Jakes don't like reproof. You Jakes don't like, to be held accountable towards the wickedness that you're doing. But meanwhile, you're quick to point a finger at the wickedness somebody else is doing just to continue in the wickedness that you do. So maintain that energy during the time of Jacob's trouble. Because a lot of you Jakes in that day is going to want to be reproved. You're going to want to have the understanding. You want to know what's going on. You're going to want to know what direction to turn. And at that point, for a lot of you Jakes, it's going to be too late. And especially you women. Especially you women. There's been a heavy spirit out there, to warn you women of, how you're going off. And there's also been an even heavier spirit, judging you women, to give you examples on how it's going to be. That's not the worst it's going to be, but it's giving you an example of what to expect at a very low level. Because during the time of Jacob's trouble, a woman could very well be a liability to a man in a time of Jacob's trouble. And a lot of you women don't understand that. You can't comprehend that during these evil times, a man might not even want to deal with you in terms of protecting you. So a lot of you women are about to be brought very low. You're going to be so humble and so needy of protection that you're going to fall right back into your position. You're going to fall right back on how you should have been from the very beginning. And those women who are saved during the time of Jacob's trouble by a man, those men aren't saving you because they love you. A lot of you women are going to be saved for childbirth, to raise back up the kingdom, to build the kingdom back up. And that in of itself should give you an idea of how bad it's going to get. Reading Proverbs 1:25 again. But ye have set at naught my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish, Salah, cometh upon you. When these evil times come upon you, 2/3 Jakes, you're going to be laughed at by the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're going to be mocked. Because in that day, the prophets are going to say, we told you so, and you did not listen. We piped unto you, but you have not danced. We sung a new song to you, but you didn't even try to learn the lyrics of it. Instead, you mocked at it, you scoffed at it, you pulled away. You did everything that you could possibly do to stay in your wickedness. And in that, you're going to be destroyed. And the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are going to, they're going to see these things. We're going to see these things. And they're going to laugh at you. There's a scene from the movie Carrie, the original version of the movie Carrie that I remember growing up watching when I was a kid. There was a scene where, the people were like, they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, in that day, the prophets are going to laugh at how you 2/3 Jakes are being judged. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to put a different spirit upon these prophets in order to laugh at you. He's going to put a spirit upon his men who have been doing the work, to deal with these times that are coming. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua said that he has not given us the spirit of fear. He has not given his prophets the spirit of fear. But you 2/3? Oh yeah. You're going to experience fear. Let me read Proverbs 1:27 again. When fear cometh as a desolation. So you're going to fear the desolation that's coming upon you. And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. And when these destructions come upon you as a whirlwind, the sword, famine, beasts, these ICBM missiles, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, yeah, you're going to feel it. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to make sure you feel it. In a time of Jacob's trouble, and we're right there at the door. They've been talking about the summer of 2024, you could be experiencing blackouts. They're already talking about other pestilences that's popping up. Energy crisis, economical collapses, civil war. All of these things are being discussed now, and all of these things are being discussed at a very high level. And all it takes is one thing to happen. The MOTB is upon you as well. So these devils are ready. They're ready to bring about all these calamities and mischievous events, evil times. But you've been warned. You've always been warned of these things. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have sent unto you all my servants, the prophets. And that's exactly what Yahweh Shem Yahushua did. He sent unto you all his servants, the prophets. Daily rising up early and sending them. When we get up and we make these videos, it isn't because of anything else other than the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. When we go out there on the highways and byways, to warn you people, it is not of us, it is of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And when you people get that understanding that you have been visited of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it'll be during your destruction that aha moment will slap you in your face. And so with that, I pray that you found this lesson edifying. And I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone of Woolwell. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.